Most of us perceive an introvert as a person who's timid, silent, and prefers to be alone. Yes, it may be true, but only for some. Not all introverts possess these characteristics. Introverts thrive in an environment where they can be alone and rely on their inner thoughts and ideas to recharge their energy. They may prefer talking to one or two people rather than big groups. Meanwhile, extroverts, the opposite of introverts, depend on social interactions to restore their energy. There are certain traits that will help you identify if someone is an introvert or extrovert. Keep in mind that none of these personality types is wrong, it just differentiates people from one another. Hi there and welcome to Top Wisdom. Before we begin, please do support us by subscribing on our channel. For today's video, we'll talk about the 15 character traits that reveal if someone is an introvert. Most of the traits listed here are shared by many introverts, and we'll tackle them one by one. Let's start. 1. They prefer to be alone. For introverts, just imagining being home alone after a long day outside is exciting, not dreadful nor terrifying. To keep themselves mentally happy, introverts need solitude. However, that doesn't mean that they don't need companionship. It's just that they need some time alone to recharge themselves. Some activities that introverts enjoy doing are reading, watching, writing, playing and surfing online, gardening, crafting, and other things that can be done alone. 2. They prefer to write as a way to communicate. Introverts prefer writing out their thoughts rather than speaking them directly at you. That is because they don't want to just blurt out something without thinking. Introverts tend to focus on their choice of words and would want to consider how it sounds. Basically, they think through their response very well. While they can still converse with people, they will be comfortable to have more time thinking of their response, especially if it involves decision-making. That's why you shouldn't be upset when your introverted friend doesn't answer your calls, because he will make it up to you with long and genuine messages. 3. They focus more in a quiet environment. It's hard for introverts to concentrate when there are many external noises, such as chattering of people, a wailing kid, the sound of buses and cars, and many more. They can get easily distracted, resulting in frustration and annoyance. That's why most introverts tend to stay at home often. 4. They don't answer phone calls. Introverts don't prefer sudden conversations such as phone calls, so don't expect them to answer your phone call, especially if they don't recognize your number. More reasons why they may avoid phone calls is when they're doing something important, when they're recharging themselves, when they feel uncomfortable having small talks with you, or when they're not in the mood at all. If you really need to speak with them on the phone, it's best to send them a text message first so they can somehow prepare. 5. They are introspective. More often, introverts would daydream or would work things out in their mind before getting into action. It's because they have a relatively dynamic inner thought process, which means they would need enough time to think and reflect about a project before doing it. This process allows them to understand more their interests and feelings so that they can present themselves very ready and well prepared. 6. They take time to decide. Introverts don't make decisions right away. Instead, they carefully think about the consequences of every action, will weigh the options, and will reflect on what their inner self says first. Then, after a good amount of time, they are ready to decide. They don't want to abruptly decide on something and regret it later on. 7. They're known to zone out a lot. When they feel overwhelmed or uncomfortable in their situation, introverts tend to zone out and let their mind wander as a way to escape the present environment. Maybe it's part of their introspective character, but it's their way to leave a circumstance that is too chaotic. It's their survival mechanism that we have to understand. However, others may perceive them as unfocused or even rude. 8. They feel drained after social interactions. Introverts can also go out and enjoy a party or a time with their friends, but after that, they'll need some alone time to recharge their batteries. They most often feel exhausted after being in a group and would need a quiet time for themselves. This is the total opposite for introverts who are energized by social interactions. 9. They feel comfortable working alone. Introverts may feel burdened and uncomfortable over group projects because they know that they work better when they're alone. The feeling of being alone in a quiet environment allows them to focus and be more creative, resulting in high-quality work. However, it does not mean that introverts cannot work in a group. It's just that they produce better outcomes when they work by themselves. Because of this, introverts tend to look for a career that involves working alone, such as a programmer, accountant, graphic designer, artist, or writer. 10. They are always perceived as shy and quiet. For people who haven't encountered an introvert, they may think of them as shy and timid. This is because introverts don't enjoy small talks and would rather think thoroughly of what they'll say before speaking. Because of this, they prefer listening in the conversation and would only participate when needed. 11. They prefer to have small groups of friends. For introverts, it's quality over quantity. While their group of friends is small, it doesn't mean that they can't socialize with other people. The small circle of friends that they have are genuine, high quality, and true, and that is what's most important for them. 12. They can learn just by watching. Introverts are more comfortable to learn a task by watching. Through thorough and repeated observation, they will concentrate on the task until they have the courage to do it on their own, instead of having an instructor that tells them what to do. 13. They don't often feel happy. One study suggests that introverts are more likely to suffer from depression than extroverts, mainly because they don't feel happy as often as the latter. While there are no specific reasons for this occurrence, it may be because how introverts perceive happiness. Most often, they need a long-lasting and true relationship to keep themselves mentally happy. And let's be honest, sometimes it is hard to have this kind of relationship with friends or with a partner. 14. They are loyal and will love genuinely. Maybe it's a challenge for introverts to look for a partner because they're often at home, but once they find that someone, they will fall deeply in love and genuinely. They will take care for them and love them for all their life. This is also the case for their friends. Once they see you as a friend, they will value your relationship so much. In addition, introverts are loyal and will trust you because they invested so much to get to know you. As we may know, getting involved or having social interaction is not something they would always enjoy. However, if they are betrayed, they will be tremendously hurt. So be kind and loyal with your introverted friend or partner. 15. They prefer to have a plan before people visit them. Sudden visitors are not something an introvert will enjoy. They need time to think things through, and having an unexpected activity without any plan would be overwhelming for them. So the next time you visit your introvert colleague or friend, make sure to let them know. And that ends our list for this topic. While introverts may share some of these traits, there is no certainty that they will have all these characteristics. By learning these traits, you'll be able to understand introverts more, thus allowing you to connect with them in a way that won't come off as annoying. If you have an introvert friend or partner, make sure to value them since they love you genuinely. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to share it with your family and friends. Also, click the like, subscribe, and the notification bell button so you are always updated on our future videos. Once again, this is Top Wisdom, and I hope to see you on the next video. Thanks for watching until the end.